gotta say, Capcom has been kicking ass lately. I want to praise them every chance I get, because a couple years ago they were about right here to me, and they've slowly elevated back up to here. I've been pretty happy with them lately. Onimusha HD, Resident Evil 2 Remake, Devil May Cry 5, Mega Man 11. I never thought we were going to get another real Mega Man game. I know we had Mega Man 9 and 10, but those were really just kind of love letters to the NES. I mean, like a full-blown with modern-day graphics Mega Man. Didn't think it was going to happen again, and we got Mega Man 11. I loved it. I know there are some people that legitimately didn't like it. I did. And I know there's also a lot of people that complain every time a remaster or a collection of old games comes out. I never understood that. It's like they think that prevents new games from being released. It introduces these games to people that might have never had the chance to play them before. You gotta think, we're living in a time unlike any other. There's multiple generations of gamers out there. Whereas my generation growing up, I mean, that was it. One perfect example is on my live streams. I get people of all ages from like 15 years old to 40 plus. The other day during my Gears of War stream, I had a viewer that was 13 years old. If you do the math, give me a second, I gotta think about it in my head. This person was born in 2006. Mega Man 04, not the first one, 4, came out the year before that. I was 19 years old. There's an entire group of young gamers that are growing up now that are curious about all these games that existed decades before they did. So yes, remasters and collections are a good thing for gamers of all ages, especially old farts like me that do want to go back and replay these games in full HD glory, trophies, achievements, and all the cool little additions they do. It's great that Capcom has also taken this approach and released the classic Mega Man collection, the Mega Man X collection, and now we have a third major collection, continuing the trend of re-releasing the games in the classic Mega Man timeline. Yes, these are all part of the same timeline. One day I'll do a series on that for you guys, I promise. I actually got an email from Capcom well before the official announcement, so I kind of already knew this was happening before it got officially announced. I just didn't really get a chance to talk about it until now, so let's go ahead and dig into all the information that they sent me. Which, of course, is mostly public information at this point already. And it doesn't look like this is going to be a lazy collection where they just throw some easy-to-put games together and call it a day. I'm looking at you, Konami Arcade Classics collection. And this time it's just going to be one collection instead of with the Mega Man Classic one where it's Collection 1 and Collection 2, which they did the same thing with the X collection. Now it's just one consisting of 6 games in one collection called the Mega Man 0/ZX Legacy Collection. It has all 4 Mega Man 0 games that originally came out for the Game Boy Advance, taking place far after the Mega Man X series, and it stars Zero as the main character. I love these games. They're fast-paced, the combat is awesome, with Zero dashing around, slashing everything. At least that's how I like to play them. I just like using the Z-Sabers and cutting everything. And they are like traditional Mega Man style. For the most part, you select a mission, you get to the end, you fight a boss, you move on. The collection also includes the 2 ZX games, Mega Man ZX and Mega Man ZX Advent, that were originally released on the DS. These, I don't like anywhere near as much. I know they have a fan base, I know they have a following, but I'm very traditional with my Mega Man games. Like I said before, I like picking the boss, going to the level, rinse, repeat. The ZX games tried a more Metroidvania exploration-based style, and although I do appreciate them trying something new, and it does play well, it's just not my Mega Man game. That's not the kind of Mega Man games I like to play. And in the first game, the map system is absolutely dreadful. Still though, I must admit, the combat is solid, the music rocks in all these games. And I love that the DS games are getting console remaster treatment, because some of you gave me shit when I made my Castlevania collection video, and I mentioned that I would have easily paid like 10 or 20 bucks more if they had included the DS game, but no, some of you told me it'd be too hard for Konami to port the DS games because of the multiple screens and the touch screens. Well, you're wrong. Capcom is proving you wrong. So if anyone from Konami is watching this, Castlevania Collection 2 please, with all the handheld games. Anyways, this video is not about Castlevania. The collection also includes new modes. There's a competitive rush mode that allows players to race to complete challenges. There's a new casual scenario mode that makes the game easier for new players, and an optional save assist system that lets you revive at a recent checkpoint without losing a life. I'll say this, game journalists are going to absolutely adore these additions. There's going to be different graphics filters that you can mess around with to make the game look better on modern TVs. Different layouts to accommodate the dual screens, because Nintendo DS dual screen games are able to be ported to console without much trouble. There's also an in-game gallery and a music player, which I always eat these special features up in games. If you pre-order, you get exclusive remixes to 10 in-game tracks. 6 of them are alternate versions of music within the game, and 4 of them are bonus selections specifically for the music player. Check some out. The release date is going to be January 1st, 2020, and I absolutely plan to pick this up day one. Actually, I'll probably pre-order because I'm going to get it anyway and I want the extra tracks. And I do recommend you pick it up too, because Capcom is a company that uses these collections to gauge interest in future upcoming projects. For example, back in the PS3 days, they came out with a Darkstalkers collection. Back then, these collections didn't sell as well as they do now. Capcom took that as nobody wants Darkstalkers 4, which couldn't be further from the truth. But that's how they run their business, and it never happened. So if you do want any hope of future Mega Man X games, you're going to want to support this. So I'm hoping it does well and Capcom decides, man, maybe people do want another Mega Man X game. Or even if they don't do that, I would even take a brand new Mega Man series. And no, the freaking mobile phone Mega Man X game does not count. Rock Band Dive? No, that's not a real Mega Man game. I also suspect that in the future we're getting a Mega Man Legends collection with 1 and 2. If you think about it, it's really the only part of the classic Mega Man timeline at this point that hasn't gotten a re-release. But that's all I have for you today. Leave me your comments down below with your thoughts. Are you going to pick it up, and on what console? And I'm sure a lot of you are going to get the Switch versions. These collections sell like crazy on the Switch. And what's your favorite game out of the Zero series and the ZX series? For me, I think I like Zero 2 and ZX Advent. I'll catch you guys later. Since you made it to the end of this video, I assume you enjoyed it, so why don't you go ahead and smash that like button, subscribe, and ring the bell so you don't miss any new content. You can follow me on Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram, links in the description below, and if you'd like to support the channel, you can join my Patreon or become a channel member. This is Fabian, I love you guys, and I'll see you next time.